I'm starting off with nothing on my eyebrows at all, and they're not freshly done. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this Milk of Magnesia. Now, a lot of people don't use this. You know, some people say it's bad for your skin. Some people use it as a mask, all different things. But I just put a little right on my eyebrows because it mattifies my eyebrows the most, and I get the most hair-like results from doing this. So just let that dry down. Then I'm going to brush up the hairs with the spoolie on the end of my eyebrow pencil. So the pencil I'm using is the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the color Chocolate Mousse. Don't act like y'all don't see that baby here. All right. So after that's dried down, I'm going to go ahead and go in with just a little bit out of my micro brow pencil. And the first step is to start about 3/4 from the front, or I guess from the end of your brow, and start to make the underline for your eyebrow, extending all the way to the tail. Then we're just going to start filling the eyebrow in from the place that we started with small brush-like strokes. Then we're going to make the tail of the eyebrow. All right. And then we are going to line the top of the eyebrow. Now, as you see, I'm not taking a whole long time to do these steps because we're going to clean up at the end anyway. So there's no need to take so much time on this portion. Then I'm going to start to fill in the front of my eyebrow. So first I'll underline it with a light stroke, and then I'll fill it in. Small brush-like strokes. Then I'm going to use my spoolie to blend the product into my eyebrow. Very lightly. This is going to make the eyebrow look a lot more realistic and a lot more hair-like. I'll make the line for the front of my eyebrow, and then use a spoolie to continue to blend it out. Fill a little bit more, use a spoolie to blend it out. All right, now I'm gonna go to the other eyebrow. Now, some people may say, that's not ready yet, that's not snatched yet, but we're gonna come back to it. I'm gonna start 3/4 from the end of my eyebrow. Start outlining it. Now, the shape you wanna go for, I go for the shape that my eyebrow is already pretty much in. So, make the underline, you see where I made the line. I'm gonna create the tail a little bit. Now, I think on this side I might have filled in before I made the tail, but that part doesn't really matter. You can make the tail before you fill in or as you do the underline. And now I'm going to fill in from 3/4 of the eyebrow. Fill in. Fill in. Then I'm going to make the top. And I'm really just connecting from the top of where I filled in my brow, making the line right where that part stops. Then I'm going to use my spoolie to blend in the product with the hairs on my face. Make sure I'm blending down to the tail of the brow as well. Very lightly, just slightly moving the product into my eyebrows. And then I'm going to make the line under the front oh so lightly, kind of trying to match it up with this eyebrow. Yeah, make some strokes. Now, I find it easier to make the strokes going down in the front instead of going up. That's just what I like to do. All right. Use the spoolie to blend. Fill in any spots. And then make the line on the top of my eyebrow. Use the spoolie to blend. So every time I put something on my eyebrows, every time I put another line, I'm making sure to go back with that spoolie to blend more. Because like I said, that's what gives you the most hair-like look. All right. So that's enough right now until we clean up the eyebrows. So to clean up the eyebrows and kind of fix any extra lines that I put in to make the eyebrows look the most symmetrical, that's what it means to clean up. So let me clarify. When I say clean up the eyebrows, I mean use some concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer in the color 12.5. See if y'all can see it. I'm using this to make the eyebrows look the most symmetrical, to fade out or to kind of cover up any extra hairs that are under my eyebrows since they're not freshly done, and to clean up any mistakes that I may have did with the pencil. So I'm going to start under my eyebrow, not all the way on it with the product, under the eyebrow, so I will have more room for mistakes. Because if we're so close and we put so much product, then it'll bleed into the eyebrow. But if we use just a little bit on the tip of the brush and add that under, we have more room to work. So I'm going to start 3/4 in. And as you see, I just went up under the eyebrow and made kind of an outline from where I put the product. Do that in the front as well. And this makes your eyebrows look more sharp as well. Then I'm going to blend the rest of the product out. That was on the brush, up under the eyebrow. And I'm going to do the same thing to the top. Starting 3/4. I'm gonna extend it a little bit. Because I don't want it to be too arched. I want it to look more natural. Then I'm gonna use the least amount of product in the front after I've already done everything else to clean up the front of the eyebrow. Then blend it out with that brush. All right, and I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. This is the domed shadow brush to continue to blend that product out. All right, then I'll do the same thing with the other eyebrow. Just putting a little bit of the concealer on the tip of the brush. Starting 3/4 in, way under the eyebrow. Then moving in closer to clean up the eyebrow. Turn that brush to the side. Pull that concealer down and blend it out. And use that Morphe brush to continue to blend it out. And then do the same to the top with an even smaller amount of product on the brush. And this brush that I have is really good for doing this because it's so flat and thin that it really goes exactly where you want it to go. Blend it out. All right. Now we're gonna go back and look at our eyebrows and see what we want to do to make them look even more symmetrical. So I feel like I need to make this tail a little skinnier on this side. And I'm gonna go back in, make sure they're close enough together, the right distance. The key is just going back and forth and seeing how you like your eyebrows. Now I like to use this chocolate mousse color because it's not black. And I just feel like the black eyebrows look the most unrealistic. You're able to create a more faded look with the brown pencil. So that's basically how I do my eyebrows.